Telkom Business, behind South African businesses' drive to thrive.
We are back with more innovative and exceptional entrepreneurs that South Africa has to offer. Welcome to the Entrepreneurial SME. I am Rams Mabote. Today we speak to the founder of Dladla Pizzeria, Kgomotso Motshegoa. Why don't we take a look at what it takes to open your own pizza outlook, Ekasi?
My name is Kgomotso Motshegoa and I'm the founding director at Dladla Pizzeria, award-winning Dladla Pizzeria. This is a business that was launched officially in 2017, but the idea for the business came about around 2009. This is when I was still residing in the urban areas in North Riding with my brother. One Friday evening, we just decided to go out for takeaways, and we came across this 24-hour pizza spot. When I tasted that particular pizza, light bulb moment hit to say, whoa, we don't have something like this in the township. I rallied all my friends that I work with from the different industries. We set up a stage outside my house, and we had an orchestra outside of the house as well, and invited all our friends and neighbors to come through and just join us in the celebrations. Up until now, my biggest accolade is the fact that we're still running. We've got the best of customers that have kept us running, that continue to purchase our products. I think that's testament to the hard work that we put in as well into the business. Also, what strengthened this is our partnership or our membership with Proudly South African. We are members of Proudly SA, and with that perfect marriage, they've also given us the best of access points into media events like the DSTV Delicious Festival, which obviously attracts a higher LSM market, but also attracts numerous numbers of patrons to attend the festival. Those sort of events as well assist us a great deal because they equip us with the best of experience, to deal with a number of people, to advance our preparation methods. It forces you as well to be compliant.
KG, not only are you award-winning, you are the first male guest on this show. Put that on your CV. Add it when you introduce yourself. Dladla. I've heard that name before. How did you call yourself Dladla? Why?
Thank you so much, first of all, to you and your team for putting a spotlight on us and inviting us on the show. The name came up as a result of us starting from my home, which is actually a corner house, So it's it was the best possible way, I think, to localize the name so that people can also just relate with.
So the idea was born in your head in 2009, as you say, but only activated in 2017.
Yeah.
Why the procrastination? What was happening in between?
Yeah, I think I'm a multidisciplinary creative. So coming from a media background, one was still involved in that particular space, In my other business, I do sound and lighting and staging and entertainment. So somehow, I think the food part of things, I felt I wasn't ready enough to venture into it. But the fact that the idea just kept on knocking.
And how did you get yourself
in my head?
Just plunge yourself into it.
Well, because the idea just kept on running at the back of my head, at some point I just decided, you know what, let me go online and actually just see how this particular meal is made, So after, having gone on YouTube and, tested out a few recipes, I think that's where the confidence started to grow. And at some point we launched.
So, it is one thing to see something as you saw this pizzeria that was operating 24 hours and you thought, I could do this. To actually do it in a market that is more used to makota, to go into pizzeria, it's a completely different thing. How did you really say this could work in the market that I'm going to start the business in?
I think that was actually the actual sweet spot, because when you are in a different area and you start to realize that, hey, there's a gap in my community for this particular offering, it sort of was the perfect light bulb moment to say, look, we can offer value to our community as well by bringing about this particular product. And not only that, by making sure that the product that we're bringing is also prepared in the authentic way of doing it in a wood fire oven.
Yeah.
Because in our communities, there aren't a number of establishments that actually prepare this meal in that kind of a way. So
But Kokasi, the idea or the thinking about a pizza is that it's lani, it's above kota and shisanyama. Does that not affect marketing your business to your target
not so
audience?
much, and I think that's where it was highly important to also, one, dispel that whole thing that as Botaki, we are only enterprising in zona di chisanyama, and there's a lot more to us as a people.
Yeah.
So if in that case, we have to make sure that we come up with different offerings that can cater to a wider range of people within our community. So I think ultimately, even when you think of a typical Friday evening where people would most likely go out for takeaways, in a family unit, it's not everybody that will always just want chicken or burger. So you're trying to make sure that you're catering to, you know.
So as you set out to start,
Yeah.
what was the biggest fear in that heart?
I wouldn't say there was much of fear.
Concern?
The concern, I think, was whether can we be in this thing for the long haul? You know what I mean? But I think having already been in business already, you know, one was used to disappointments. You know, when you sometimes go out and you seek opportunities and you get disappointed, one was almost ready for it. But generally as a person, one entrepreneur that always, you know, wants to see things through, you know. So
It's been almost 6 years.
yeah.
How's the business gone?
Yeah, it's done really well. I've been happy with, you know.
I can tell you even outdress me.
Hey, I'm here representing not only myself, but
Yeah.
my entire team, you know. So, yeah, there's been so much growth, you know.
Yeah.
Different challenges along the way, like any other startup, but
So besides the wood-fired oven, you know, that's your signature.
yeah.
What other assets do you have in this business that
Yeah.
make this business viable?
Yeah. So, you know, our business model over the years has sort of progressed in numerous forms. We've got a food truck that we acquired, I think, around 2018 out of the need from various customers who requested us to come through and cater at their establishments. One of which where we actually started, it's now known as Konka, but before it was called Icon. So as a nightclub, they don't run a kitchen, you know, continuously. So the opportunity came for us to cater there, but also even corporates. There were a number of corporates.
And the patrons, they have a bit of money. But we continue with this discussion after this short break. Stay with us.